Hello everybody, my name is Willie, we don't care what my name is, and here we go with my review for Slammiversary 16. Now before I get started, I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up this past Friday for Wrestling Revolution's Rise of the Phoenix 8. This was the 8th anniversary show for the Wrestling Revolution. Thank you guys so much for showing up. We appreciate it. We're glad you all had a good time. All the guys went out there and gave it one hell of a performance, and I was glad to be part of it again. This was my third time I was there for the Wrestling Revolution. It was a lot of fun. The crowd was hot throughout the whole night. So we hope to see you guys there this Friday for the aftermath of the Rise of the Phoenix. If you guys want to check it out, it's every Friday night at the Historic Cine El Rey in Downtown McAllen, Texas. At 8 o'clock, the doors open. So you guys want to check it out, go right ahead. We're there every Friday night, and hopefully you'll like it. And spread the word, guys. Spread the word. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about Slammiversary. Speaking of, how hot the crowd was. The crowd for Slammiversary was great. And you know what? Rightfully so. They had a great time. I had a great time watching the show. It's been a while since I've seen a good Impact pay-per-view show. Mostly because Impact has been, well, not been doing very well. They've been actually going on a decline. And I put the blame mostly on Anthem for not getting the right people for the job. But as of late, since this year began, as of late, they have been starting to get a little more of what they need to make their show a success. And sure enough, they've been doing well. I mean, they've had some good Impact shows. The crossover show they did with Lucha Underground, the one that Alberto skipped, they did well with that. And they even did another good show too. So I don't like the fact they do a lot of title changes, with Pentagon winning the title and then having to drop it to Aries days later. But they've been doing very well with a lot of the stuff they've been doing so far. And Slammiversary was a successful show. It's been a while since I've said anything positive about Impact. So let's get to it, shall we? Let's start with the first match of the night. It was Johnny Impact versus Phoenix versus Taichi Ishimori and Petey Williams in a fatal 4-way match. Now, originally, Rich Swann was supposed to be in this match, but unfortunately, he suffers a concussion before the show, so Petey Williams took his place. So this was a 4-way match, and it was one hell of a way to kick off the show. This was a lot of fun watching all 4 of these guys go out there, doing a lot of great spots, doing a lot of high-flying moves, and it was fun to hear the crowd, just interacting with it. This reminded me so much of the old days when, the X Division guys used to go out there and do some amazing matches, have some great amazing matches, do amazing spots here and there, and tell a story. And, this was a good match. This was a great way to start the show. It wasn't the best match of the night. That way, the guys who come up after this would have a difficult time getting the crowd behind them. They did their job right. They got the crowd hyped up for the show. So it was good to see that, and it ended up with Johnny Impact getting the win. So congratulations to Johnny, and well, can't wait to see what happens next. So the second match of the night was Tessa Blanchard, I hope I said her name right, versus Aries. This was also another good match. I actually didn't mind this at all. I actually thought this was going to be mediocre at best, but no, this was a good match with a lot of good spots between these two women, and Aries looked pretty good in this match. She looked pretty, she was pretty, but she looked exactly what she needed to be. She needed to go out there. She had to, show her opponent that she's not going to be pushed around. She got over very well. Yes, she did not win this match. Tessa did end up winning this match, but she did not look bad. This did not bury her. This helped Aries get to the next step she needed. Tessa, she looked good in this match too. She helped put Aries over, and Aries made her look good as well. So this was a good match between these two women. I had no problem with it at all. And honestly, after seeing the bad women matches the WWE's had with their pay-per-views, I actually like this a lot better than what they've been doing with women like Asuka and women like Bliss and Nia, and you get the idea. Next match of the night was Tommy Dreamer against Eddie Edwards in a House of Hardcore Rules match. Okay, this one I thought was going to suck. I thought this was going to suck because I've seen Tommy Dreamer in so many hardcore matches. I've seen him so many times, and a lot of his matches aren't that good anymore. It's just basic hardcore shit. But he actually did not look bad in this match. He and Eddie looked pretty good. I actually didn't mind it, and There was some good spots here and there. I didn't mind it, and the crowd seemed into it. So I guess the crowd didn't seem to mind that. But I guess if you're a fan watching it or from home, you're gonna be like, I've seen that before, But Tommy didn't look bad. I didn't see a lot of botched stuff, and I don't think I did see any botched stuff. So my memories probably forgot about this because there was a lot of other great stuff from the whole show. But he didn't look bad. Eddie didn't look bad. It was a good match. Don't think it was the best match of the night, but it was still good, and the crowd was still hot for the whole night. Fourth match of the night was Matt Sydal, aka Evan Bourne, the X Division champion, against Brian Cage, who was not an X Division guy. If you've seen Brian Cage, the guy is muscular as hell. I've actually got the chance to meet him. He's muscular as hell, so I don't know why he's in this match, but whatever. That title's not even that relevant anymore, but this was actually not a bad match. This was actually pretty good. It was the underdog Matt against the big guy, Brian, and Matt did everything he could to try to put the big guy down, and I liked it. I liked the fact that it's the David versus Goliath kind of match, and this didn't look bad, and Brian and Matt looked pretty good. They both looked like they had good chemistry in this match. The only thing I did have a problem with was the ending, where Matt went for the shooting star press. I've seen this before with other guys, so this didn't surprise me. But I thought with Matt, he's done this so many times. It's kind of rare to see him botch it. But he's going for the shooting star press. But as he's going for it, as he's coming down, his foot hits the turnbuckle. So he kind of botched that spot. But Brian still gets the win anyways. He still goes for the win, and he still ends up winning titles. So that's just one little spot that you will end up probably forgetting, but that did not hurt this match. This was a good match. So Brian Cage is the new X Division champion. So I guess it's gonna be Brian versus Johnny Impact. I don't mind. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Brian Cage versus Petey Williams. Let's see if Petey can hit the Canadian Destroyer on him, but we'll see. Next match of the night is Sooyoung versus Madison Rayne. This was a good match. I didn't mind it. It wasn't a long match, but if I had to compare between the Carmella versus Asuka match or the Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax match, this one was much better. This was actually much better, and I like Sooyoung. I think she's actually not a bad wrestler. Madison Rayne, the veteran, had to go out there and help make Sue look good, and she did. She was able to make her look good, and it was not a bad match. It was a decent match, but again, if you compare it to WWE's bookings of their women's title matches from Extreme Rules, this was much better. And there's rumors going around Madison's going to be showing up for the Mae Young Classic, so okay, I wouldn't mind that, and hopefully she does show up, so we'll see. Next match of the night was LAX, Santana and Ortiz with Conan against the OGZ, Hernandez and Homicide with King, as Eddie Kingston. And this was a 51-50 street fight match for the Impact Tag Team Championships. Honestly, I was looking forward to this match because I wanted to see how the new LAX does against the old LAX. See how this goes. And then 51 street fight, it should be 51-50 street fight, sorry. That should be good. And sure enough, it was a good match. This was very entertaining. There was some pretty good spots here and there. And I actually did like how Hernandez and Homicide made the other team look good. Santana and Ortiz looked pretty good, looked pretty strong against Hernandez Homicide. Hernandez Homicide did look a little tired out halfway into the show. It doesn't surprise me, and these guys are not as young as they're used to be. Hernandez is, what, about 45, and Homicide is 41, I think. So this didn't surprise him. But other than that, this wasn't a bad match. This was pretty good, and ended up with LAS getting the victory. But afterwards, they were beat up, and Hernandez Homicide spray painted the titles. So, guess this is going to continue, and maybe one more time at Bound for Glory, which is in October. Wouldn't mind that at all. Next match of the night was Pentagon against Sami Callihan in a mask versus hair match. First of all, I knew Pentagon's not losing. They're not going to have that guy remove his mask at all. Pentagon is awesome. You do not remove that mask. This was a good match. But by this time, I was already getting tired of seeing these sort of matches. I was already like, whew, so many big matches already have happened. I'm like, I'm already getting tired. But it was still not a bad match. I didn't mind this at all. And The only problem I did have was Ohio versus everything getting involved, the ref bump. I felt like you didn't need to do that. This was still a fun match. It was still good. You didn't need to do that, but it still wasn't bad. I thought this was still fine, and Pentagon looked much better than Sammy. Sammy didn't look bad here. In fact, if I look back at it, he actually looked better here than he did in NXT. But Pentagon, you know what? I'm glad he won. He won the match. Ohio versus everything, and Sammy tried to attack him, but then he fought him off, and security and Phoenix came out, and they cut the guy's hair. So Sammy ended up getting his hair cut. So that's a shame, but you know what? I think he could do without the hair. So we get to the main event. It is Austin Aries versus Moose for the Impact World Championship. I'm sorry, I just had to do it. Alright, so this was actually a pretty good main event. I felt bad, though, because I thought there's no way these guys are going to get this crowd over as much as the other matches had. I thought this was going to be fine, it's going to be decent, and sure enough, it was. It was a decent match. I actually didn't mind it. It was a good back-and-forth match. Austin and Moose looked good against one another. Moose looked a lot stronger here than he's ever had. The build-up for this looked good. It looked like Moose was going to be ready to win the championship and carry it. Because I thought, look, Austin is I love Austin, but and you know, it's a shame that we didn't use him right, but I thought Moose is in a much better position to be champion than anyone else right now. I think he should be champion. He should have won the title. Instead, Austin hits the brainbuster, and that's it. Moose loses the match. So Austin retains. I kind of felt like, oh, that's kind of sucks. I mean, this whole build-up for Moose was going somewhere, and obviously not. So whatever. It disappointing, but it was still fun. A good match. I didn't mind it. I just thought it could have been done better. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have a different opinion about the show, which in my view was a lot better than Extreme Rules and Money in the Bank, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button. Check my Facebook page. Check out my Twitter page, and also check out some of Impact shows too. It's been a while since I said this, but do check them out. They're actually doing very well. So let's hope they can get back from this near-death experience they've had. So that's it, guys. Take care. I'll see you next time to give you more love and more entertainment. And check out Wrestling Revolution every Friday night. And check out their Facebook page and Twitter page.